Hello walkers, and welcome back to Pete's Hill. We've done this walk before, but never quite this sunny, this smoky, or really in the summer, I think, nor have we done the full thing. So I was gonna do downtown. Let me introduce you to myself. All right, my name is Henry. I will be your proxy walker today, your virtual travel guide, as always. And I hope you enjoy this virtual treadmill walk. I'm gonna flip you around again, I think. There we go. And we are going to be walking Pete's Hill, also known as Burke Park, and I guess the Chris Boyd Trail. I didn't realize it had that name. It is a smoky day here in Bozeman, Montana. It's about 82 degrees Fahrenheit, 28 degrees Celsius. Not so hot. The sun is being blocked by the smoke, which is, I guess, one advantage. And I was gonna walk downtown, but they've got some sort of event going. I don't think it's Sweet Pea. I think it looks like an old car show with a bandstand. Main Street's closed down. A lot of people, and given the current situation and accelerating numbers in Gallatin County, I opted not to do that today. So we're gonna do Pete's Hill. And what else? It's about 1:15 and 1:30 and mid-August. So hope that sort of sets the plate for you as we walk today along Pete's Hill. My goal is to walk all the way up to the south end, down to the south end, and maybe over to the Museum of the Rockies. We'll see. You can see, normally you would see the bridgers, so I guess you can't see the bridgers today because of the smoke. I think the annual Sweet Pea Festival was held last week. That is typically centered around Lindley Park, which is kind of where we're facing. I did a walk last winter through Lindley and the cemetery here, Summit Hills. Hi there. How's it going? But we're not going to do that today. We're going to follow the Bozeman Trail here, which is Main Street to the mountains, part of that whole network. And if you were to go down, we could do the Alligator Trail. I have done a walk along that, so check that out on the channel. Like, subscribe, please. And tell your friends about this channel, but mainly comment. I love getting your comments, your information that you might have that I miss, or shared memories, family connections, that's fun stuff. Also, any kind of corrections, gentle corrections and suggestions to improve the channel or for other walks. Those are always welcome. Occasionally I'll get somebody with a sense of entitlement that tells me I shouldn't do this or anyway, not very polite. I tend to just delete those. I welcome criticism, but not unfriendliness. Luckily and surprisingly to me, I get very few of those. I love interacting with you guys. You guys are so positive, so encouraging, and so willing to share your own personal stories that I really appreciate that, and I really enjoy that aspect of making these walks. All right, so we're headed south right now, and Bozeman proper, for the most part, is off to our right, off to the west. We're kind of on the east side of town. There is obviously housing and other parts of Bozeman off the left, but not a lot. Right. The bulk is off to the right, which you really can't see too much of. It is really smoky. I use the Paku app to measure air quality because they use these sensors that have been placed around. And I'm pretty sure it's in the red right now. It's got a load. It almost looks misty over there. Yeah, it's in the red and purple. Purple. Avoid prolonged and heavy exertion. Consider moving activities indoors. Well, we've got to get a walk in today, so. Up. Now, I believe that this plant, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that might be spotted knapweed. Bad stuff. Today is a Sunday, so it's not very busy, but normally Pete's Hill, this trail system, is pretty busy, especially in the mornings and evenings. Maybe not so much midday. Kind of crazy how smoky it is. I mean, that's 4 or 5 miles to the mountains that you can't even see. And if we swing around here, you can see Bozeman Deaconess Hospital, and then in the distance you can barely see the Bozeman Trail. We filmed that earlier this year, and you can see Old Baldy in the background as well. You can see why that's such a big hike. Hi there. Now, the more I look at these purple flowers, the more unsure I am that they are spotted knapweed. They actually look much different. They're really pretty. If you know, please, in the comments below, let me know if you can identify that flower, that plant. I don't want to get up on my self-righteous high horse too soon. Just joking, I'm always on my self-righteous high horse. Speaking of self-righteous high horses, I haven't done a perambulation pontification for a while, and so I'm going to do that. I've been thinking a lot recently about current state of affairs and attitudes in the public, in our society, and I keep coming back to the idea that maybe part of the root of it is so many of us, almost all of us, feel powerless and like we don't matter down deep. And in the highest of levels, you know, in the US, for instance, the federal government and high-end businesses and corporate leadership, I think most of us don't matter and don't have a lot of power, and that's extremely frustrating. And I think it leads to a lot of anger and a wish and a desire to take power, to assert power of some sort. And we can do that by attacking others, the other. But I was in further thinking about this, you know, we actually do have a tremendous amount of power. Maybe not at the federal government level or high there, or at the top niches of society, but we do with each other. We make a difference to our friends and our family, or we can, and we matter to them, and we have influence with them. And I would encourage myself to exert that power and make a difference in your friends and family's lives. Stay connected. Have conversations, not to exert authority, but to exert influence, to have an impact on someone's life in a positive way. So that's something I've been thinking about the last couple weeks, and I wanted to talk about it because I want this channel to be a net positive in the world. And I think it is in large part, but it can always be more. Love these shaggy dogs. Hi, puppies. Hi there. So off to our left, since I'm jibber-jabbering, when I moved here, this whole area was open. They had the apartment complex back there, which is senior living, and they have since built these relatively small homes for the United States, and they are also senior living. It's kind of a retirement area, and frankly, I would rather see that than a bunch of McMansions. And you know, they're fairly nicely designed, fairly simple, and I think while it's not open space, we can't always have that, and so then becomes how do we use it to the best that we can. You can see the dome of the university's pavilion, Brick Breeden Field House, big white thing, and then off to the left, the lights for the football stadium, and some of the buildings at the Montana State University. Pardon me. loop up here to the side. You can look back to the downtown area in the distance, mostly covered in smoke. So this smoke, not only is it eerie and almost apocalyptic, especially as the sun goes down, it's really bad for us. It's like smoking cigarettes in a lot of ways. All kinds of nasty particulates and pollutants. Bad stuff. But I think that's the new normal, at least for here out west. Seems to be. So that is, I think that's Church Street down there, that road. And so this road, this trail goes out to Highland Boulevard, and then I guess this is the Simkins Spur Trail, or goes towards the Simkins Spur Trail. And these are lot markers here, these pink flags for the private property that's over there. We're going to continue on down this trail, because we haven't been down this before on this channel. Little reminder for mountain bikers to slow down, that there will be pedestrians, and that you're required now to have your dog on a leash. can see these bushes have, I'll show you anyway, a bunch of berries out and about. See the red ones here. And then these, I guess these might be, I'm trying to find you some berries. There's some dried ones. Here's some up here. Got red, orange, and then these are the, I guess these are choke cherries. But lots of natural foods here for critters, birds, and in a little while, bears will be coming into town. They get a lot of, not a lot, but it's not unusual at all to have black bears wandering around in town, especially on the south side. They come down out of the, what is that, the Gallatins, looking for berries and apples and whatever they can eat to load up on fat for the winter. Whoops. Hi there.
Hello.
So this week we're going to go over to the Coeur d'Alene area, Spokane area, because it's my youngest birthday and we're going to go to the Silverwood amusement park there. And I'm hoping I can get in a Spokane walk and a Coeur d'Alene walk or two and show you guys some new places, and possibly Wallace, Idaho, which has a really interesting history. It's a really cool town. And it's very, I want to say, historic looking. The history is a lot about logging and mining, as well as the fact that it burnt to the ground in the big burn of the early 1900s. And I'll tell you a little bit about a book that I read that was fantastic if we walk there. But hopefully we will. It's got a lot of cool stuff going over there in Idaho, in that panhandle. There's Wallace, there's lakes and trails, and there's this bike trail called the Hiawatha, Route of the Hiawatha, that you can ride, and it's paved. And there's actually a couple paved trails, bike trails in the area that are super cool. And I don't think we're going to actually do that, but they're over there, and don't worry, we're still a little ways from the end, but this is kind of a nice house. I was looking at that purple flower a little bit more closely. Okay, this is Church on our right, Church Street. And it will go up to Kege, which is where we're headed. Nice mature lilac bushes in here on the left. And I think that's forsythia off to the right, which I kind of hate that plant. We had some in our yard many years ago. It's thorny, prickly. It's just unpleasant. It does have nice yellow flowers though. Got some big homes up here off to the left. Those have been around for years, decades. Nothing new there. We're coming up on Kege. If you were to take Kege to the left, you would go up and east and eventually hit the Bear Canyon exit of I-90 right before you get into the canyon. So Bear Canyon would be to the right or the south, and I would like to do that as a walk sometime. Maybe this fall, we'll see. And if we go to the right, which is what we're gonna do, well, if you went straight, you would end up in Sourdough Canyon, but before that you would hit, just a second, Triple Tree Ranch, or Triple Tree Trail, which I've filmed once in the winter and once in the summer. It's a great little trail, easy going, and beautiful in the evening and mornings, or late afternoon in winter. And to the right, which is where we are going to go, we will hit kind of where the Galligator trail comes out, which I've done a walk, I think last year I did that, maybe the year before. And so we're going to do that now. We're going to cross over here. You can see Church Street. This becomes Sourdough, and we are going to go along Kege. Off to the left up here, that's sort of down here, is a golf course. And off to the right is, well, I thought it was just open space, but it looks like it might be a cul-de-sac with a house. It's kind of a neat wall here, sort of a sound wall or a privacy fence. And I believe this is Sourdough Creek that runs along the base here and over here. So across the way is Hauser Park, and I don't know anything about that park. I should, but it says it's closed. So I don't know why that is, but see the creek. Now this purple stuff, I'm confident that is spotted knapweed. All along this creek. An old rundown tree house back there. I've never noticed that before. Oh, the creek smells really nice. It's that sweet, humid willow smell. It's really nice. I like it. People out playing golf today. And off to the right, which is all private property apparently, is this excellent, I'll show you here in a second as we get past these trees, is this wonderful open hayfield, meadow. And it says it's all private property, which totally respect that. I sure would hope that they would continue to maintain that as open space, especially since there's this awesome grove of aspen trees. Kind of wonder if maybe it belongs to this country club off to the left. I've driven down this road innumerable times, but I've never actually walked it. It's interesting to see additional detail that I don't get when I whiz by at 35 miles an hour. I love all these aspen trees in here. This is Carroll Place, and off to the right is Black Avenue. We're gonna not go that way. You know what? We are gonna go that way. Sorry, sometimes this happens. I think I'm gonna go one way and I have to change my mind, or maybe I have to backtrack. And the reason I'm going down here is because, quite frankly, Kege's a little bit boring. To me, anyway. I mean, I like seeing the detail, but after a while, I kind of want to switch it up. Here's a bird scooter. These obviously are here in Bozeman. I've seen a few of those around. If I had a wearable mount, I could get one of those. Maybe I should do one of those in Bozeman. It'd be a great way to see the town. Let me know in the comments section if you think I should do a bird tour of Bozeman. This is a bunch of apartment buildings, seemingly, and duplexes and triplexes. Older. Nice little neighborhood, though. It's like this place or one of the apartments here is for sale. Sue Fry, she's a big name in real estate around here. Looks like a house, standalone, detached home. We'll take a, sorry, don't mean to whip you around. It's an 80s style home. Crossing Hoffman Drive, which we are going to make a left on. Somebody's putting away firewood for the season. I've never been on this road that I can remember. Pretty interesting to me, hopefully to you guys. I know I've said this, but the median home price in Bozeman, Montana has gone up to $720,000. Here's a fixer-upper. That is awesome in a very kitschy 70s sort of way. Serene little creek. It's like apartments or condos maybe back here. That's nice. Really pretty. What I would refer to as a duck boat, camoed up for duck hunting. Little one. Coming up to Tracy Avenue. gonna head back out to Kege on Tracy because that will take us over to, towards anyway, Museum of the Rockies. Pardon my smoke-induced coughing, throat clearing. There's a little quickie mart in here, convenience store, that it's called, I think it's called Kege Corner. They serve ice cream and a few other things. A good place to stop for drinks. Tracy, which we're on now, coming into Kege, that goes, if you were to go towards the rear, where our back is facing, that would take you downtown eventually. There's the Kege Corner store. Woohoo. It's a Lions Club. This intersection that we're approaching is Wilson Avenue to the right. I think it becomes 3rd off to the left, but to the left will be the Museum of the Rockies. But this little shopping area over here has a couple nice restaurants. It used to anyway. I think one's an organic one. There used to be, I think it's Saffron Table, and maybe an Italian place. It's like Feast is the name of one of them. Rosa's Pizza. If you need a pizza and don't want to go down to Colombo's. Blacksmith is the name of the Italian place. And then right next to it on the corner is, I can't remember the name. Fresh's. No, it used to be something else. So on the far side of Wilson here, which becomes 3rd to the left, is Freshies, is the university, Montana State University campus. You can see the Sigma Phi Epsilon fraternity house, and I'm gonna have to wait for the light here. And some new student housing, I believe. Then across the way is our destination. Ah, son of a gun, I missed my walk. Museum of the Rockies. Come on, light. There we go. Ooh, flavor ice cream. Okay, as you can see, this is 3rd. Down that way is Wilson. So I'm just going to show you real quick. That's Freshies. They have outdoor seating. Pretty good food from what I understand, although I think either they changed the name or it's a different restaurant, so maybe they don't. Although I'm sure they do. It's right there in the name. Looks like this is the extension of the Alligator Trail. In the previous walk, I think we ended up not too far from there. You can kind of see it on the other side of that street beyond the do not enter signs. And then it continues on, although less well maintained, in that direction. And you can see the museum over there. And I'm gonna do something a little bit cruel because this is our destination. But I'm gonna wrap this walk up because we're at 50 something minutes. And I'm gonna start a new walk that you can watch next time. And I'm gonna go up kind of around the university and back towards the base of Pete's Hill where I parked my car. Possibly back via Alligator, but probably not. So I want to thank you guys for watching today. Please subscribe, please comment. I love those comments. And mainly come back next time from where I'm going to do a little circuit around the museum and then back down towards downtown. We'll see Big Mike and a few other things. All right, thanks guys. We'll see you again soon. Till then, keep on stepping.